Okay, let's talk about how to be successful with Page Building 101. First off, you need to be able to follow along with exactly what I'm doing and exactly what you're seeing in every single lesson. I'm going to be working in a tool called Etch. It is an Era 4 visual development environment for the WordPress platform. Now, you might not be a WordPress user. You might be Webflow or Wix or Squarespace. Or you might be a WordPress user, but you use a different tool like Element or Divi or so on. You can use those tools, but it's going to be very difficult to follow along because what you're going to find typically is, one, the code is abstracted away. It's very difficult to learn. Two, the things that I'm talking about, the features that I'm referring to and referencing, they're either going to be non-existent in your tool or you're going to have trouble finding them. They're often buried in a bunch of different panels and modals and all this other stuff. And so it's going to be you trying to find in your page builder where this stuff is located or how it's done, when in reality in Etch, it's all very straightforward and very easy and right there, very easy to access. And if you're looking at an environment that exactly matches the environment I'm working in, you're free to just focus on learning and practicing and understanding. And that's really the experience that I want you to have. I'm not trying to sell you a copy of Etch. LocalWP is free, WordPress is free, and I'm giving you a free development copy of Etch. So you can still do this with $0. This is the least friction way to learn. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want you to go to localwp.com. Again, this is free. We're going to download this. I'm going to walk you through it, okay? Please choose your platform. So I am on Mac, Apple, Silicon. Just choose whatever platform you happen to be on. I'm going to put in my information. I'm going to choose my organization type. I'll just choose agency. And then I'll put in my kevindigitalgravy.co email address, and I'm going to say, get it now. Now it's going to download directly to my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to go over into my downloads and I'm going to double click as soon as that's done. It's not quite done yet. There we go. It's done. I'm going to go ahead and double click that. Now, if you're on PC, this is going to be slightly different, but just you're going to figure it out. It's not that difficult. Okay. If you've installed any sort of application before, you're going to be able to do this. So I'm going to drag that in and then I'm going to go to my applications. Okay. So if I bring up Finder here and I go to applications, I should now see local in my list. I can double click that and open it. It's going to say, hey, it's an app from the internet. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm going to say, yep, of course. I'm going to agree to the terms. I'm going to turn on error reporting. I'll turn on usage reporting. And here I am. I'm on the dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new site. I'm not going to create from Blueprint. I'm just going to say continue. And I'm going to call this my Etch site. Okay. And then under advanced options, we can see the path. We can see that we don't need to worry about any of that stuff right now. We're just going to hit continue. We're going to use the preferred environment. And then as a WordPress username, you can just say admin. Password can be password, and you're going to add a site. Again, under advanced options, there's some other things. If you're not native English speaker, maybe you want to change the language, but usually you don't need to hit any of that or touch any of that. And we are going to let this provision a WordPress instance on our local machine, okay? On a Mac, it's going to ask for my admin credentials for the WordPress computer, or not for the WordPress, for the actual device, for the computer that I happen to be on. And there we go. Now, very important, okay? We have some copy and paste functionality in Etch where you can take a component or a pattern or a layout or a template or whatever and just paste it directly into Etch. In order to do that, though, you have to have an SSL connection. So we're going to hit trust and we're going to say on a Mac, okay? And then you might run into this. Heads up, we ran into an issue trusting the local SSL certificate. You're going to click that button and you're going to read what you need to do in terms of, sorry, somebody's calling me. This is going to happen very often in this course. This is not a hyper polished course with everything done to perfection. Okay. You're just, this is just me. I just turn on the thing and I go. Okay. That's what we do here. So you're going to want to follow the instructions on this page. If you run into this issue, that will get the SSL up and running. You can skip the SSL if you want, but I will tell you that copy and paste will not be available to you if you don't have SSL enabled, okay? So we're gonna pretend that I went through that process and fixed the SSL. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna open WP admin. Now, I'm going to use the credentials I just put in, which is admin and password, okay? You can see password. And I'll just say, hey, remember me. And I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And here it is. This is WordPress. I'm installed, right? Now what I have to do is I have to install Etch. So if you have gotten your development copy of Etch, or if you have just purchased a commercial license or personal license for Etch, you will go to the account area, etchwp.com/account, and you will see your order history. You will see your licenses. Now, I'm not going to click on this because that will reveal my license key. I don't want to do that. I don't want you to have my license key, okay? But you would click here and it's going to give you a license key. You can also go to downloads and you're going to be able to pull up the list of downloads. Here are all of the zip files. You're going to want to find the latest alpha or the latest beta or the latest whatever. This course is going to go on for a very long time, okay? It's very important that we don't look for a specific version here because this is going to change rapidly as this course progresses and as this course lingers around on the internet. The thing you need to know is you need to get the latest version of Etch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab Etch 1.0 beta 9. That happens to be the latest version as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and download that to my computer. And I also want to get the Etch theme. Okay, we're going to click on that. It's going to take us to files. And again, download the latest copy of the Etch theme. There you go. Now it's on my computer. Now I'm going to go back to my local installation here. Welcome to WordPress. Okay. I'm going to go to plugins. Etch is a plugin and a theme. I'm going to add the plugin, upload plugin, and I want to make sure that I choose the plugin file. So you see, here's the theme file. Here's the plugin file. I'm going to go ahead and install the plugin file. There you go. Replace current with uploaded. Activate the plugin. I'm now going to go to appearance and themes. I'm going to add a theme, upload a theme, choose the file. Here it is, Etch theme. Again, version doesn't matter. You're going to use whatever the latest version is for you. And I'm going to say activate the theme. And now what we're going to do is go to Etch down here. And we're going to see that we need a license key. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another browser instance. I'm going to grab my license key so that you guys can't see it. And I'm going to copy it to my clipboard and I'm going to paste it in there and I'm going to activate Etch. And now you're going to see this site was successfully activated. Guys, that is all you need to do. You can now launch Etch. Here you are inside of Etch. Delete all the nonsense that comes over from WordPress's Gutenberg of this page. And now you have a blank canvas. And this is exactly where we are going to start in Page Building 101 Era 4. You are going to become a master of the blank canvas. This is going to be so much fun. You're going to love it. You now have WordPress installed locally. You now have Etch installed, both the plugin and the theme. You're inside of Etch right now. You could just start, look, you could just start clicking and adding stuff to the page and things will just start magically appearing. I'll see you in the next video.